What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including another WWE injury. Chris Jericho is a free agent now, a huge WWE return at the Rumble, a wrestler retires, a WWE champion gets married, big plans for Stephanie Vaquer, a famous WWE superfan quits, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Now let's see the intro and get straight into our first story. Now first story looks at another WWE injury. Now our top story today looks at yet another WWE injury, as the WWE roster is seemingly dropping like flies. Names such as Seth Rollins, Sheamus, Bianca Belair, and Dominic Mysterio are currently out of action, but now it's been confirmed that Michin is now injured. Michin was pulled from the WWE live event circuit, and it's been reported by Fightful Select that she suffered a shoulder injury. Mia Yim, aka Michin, posted on Instagram that her WWE Holiday Tour was ending sooner than expected. Fightful Select confirmed that Michin sustained a shoulder injury in the last week and has been pulled from the remainder of the Holiday Tour dates. Michin had been working with Jade Cargill on the tour and will now be replaced in upcoming matches. We're unsure of the severity of the injuries. A video was posted online showing the exact moment where the injury occurred. It seemed like Michin was trying to turn the suplex into a cutter, but it just didn't turn out that way and she landed right on her shoulder. But the injury couldn't have come at the worst possible time, as Michin was set to face Jade Cargill tonight on SmackDown. WWE will either be forced to write Michin out of action on the show, or they could book a brief squash match that would mean Michin takes minimal damage. But this is a huge blow for the SmackDown women's division, as the show expands to 3 hours tonight, and now WWE are already a talent down. We here at Wrestlelamia wish Michin a speedy recovery. Next up, a huge WWE return at the Royal Rumble. Now, speaking of injured stars, the firm favourite to win the Women's Royal Rumble this month is actually Bianca Belair. However, Belair has been out of action since WrestleMania with a serious hand injury. Whilst it doesn't look that bad on paper, it's been a difficult journey for Belair, and over the New Year period, she took to Instagram to post a photo of her finger, and it's yet to have healed. Some fans are speculating that this could be an old photo and Belair is trying to throw fans off the scent for her eventual return. However, Eagle fans believe that the photo was taken on Christmas Day last week. Whatever the case, Belair's presence is sorely missed, especially on SmackDown, where the show has been on autopilot throughout 2025, as the company have anticipated a return. If Belair does return at the Rumble, we can assume that she does win the matchup, and the WWE Women's Title Showdown versus Jade Cargill at Mania is all but guaranteed. Next up, Chris Jericho is now officially a free agent. Well, it's official, wrestling legend Chris Jericho is now a free agent. It's been widely reported that Jericho's AEW deal expired yesterday, and this means that Jericho is now free to return to WWE programming. In relation to when this will be, well, all signs point towards this going down on Raw this coming Monday. However, it's possible that WWE saves the return for the Royal Rumble at the end of the month. We can surely expect Jericho to be in a featured matchup at WrestleMania this year, and we can't rule out a Hall of Fame induction as well. There's been zero news in relation to what character Jericho is going to bring back to WWE, or even what theme song he's going to be using. There is some concern that WWE is going to give Jericho a new Def Rebel theme, but they should obviously know better, and hopefully WWE gives the wrestling legend either his trademark Judas theme or his iconic Break the Walls Down theme. There have also been zero reports in relation to whether Jericho is going to be a face or a heel. Traditionally, Jericho does his best work as a bad guy, however the chances of Jericho being booed in what could be his final ever run in pro wrestling are extremely slim. Therefore, it may be in WWE's best interest to bring Jericho back into the fold as a lovable babyface act. Next up, Ronda Rousey shoots on WWE stars. A former WWE star, Ronda Rousey, had some rather unflattering remarks when it comes to WWE in recent years, and nothing has changed in the new year, as Rousey has taken aim at the current WWE roster. The former WWE Women's Champion appeared on the Burt Kreischer's Burtcast, and this is what she had to say. It makes it so funny because I think a lot of people in WWE think that they're a lot bigger stars than they are. These comments were in relation to Rousey and the host being unable to identify who was the world champion during a time in the promotion. These comments are rather mean-spirited and doesn't exactly paint Rousey in the best light. Granted, Rousey didn't have the best experience or reputation during a second WWE run, but does she really need to badmouth the company during every single media appearance? It just seems like this is a gimmick now. Next up, Netflix adds a forgotten Royal Rumble. That's fantastic news for WWE fans in the US, as of yesterday, January 1st, the pay-per-view PLE WWE back catalogue was uploaded to the Netflix platform. In there even included the Royal Rumble that many have forgotten and one WWE doesn't want to bring up anymore, that being the 2004 Royal Rumble where Chris Benoit won the entire thing. Whilst this is great news, the sad news is that the entire back catalogue for Raw and SmackDown remains in limbo. This is exactly what has occurred internationally, as fans in the UK are still waiting for the entire TV library to be added to the streaming site. It was heavily rumoured at one stage that the back catalogue would be added to WWE Vault, but it doesn't appear that this is currently on the horizon. We're still missing years upon years of WWE Raw and SmackDown. Next up, AEW signing a former WWE name. Now, could Dakota Kai be signing with AEW? On the latest edition of Fightful Select's Q&A series, Sean Ross Sapp addressed this possibility, and this is what he had to say. There's definitely a chance, and I think it happens down the line. However, on our Discord back in August, I said I believe that she'd go to Japan first, which seems to be what she's doing. I think that once she really establishes something new over there, it's more likely she ends up in AEW. Akai's WWE release last year shocked the wrestling world, and it's somewhat of a surprise that AEW haven't already made a play for her. What's interesting though is that during the WWE's collab with Stranger Things, they did a stream where they watched the last episode together, and in it was Dakota Kai. Next up, a wrestler retires. Wrestling veteran Madison Rayne is calling it a day in the ring. In a backstage segment on Ring of Honor television, Rayne would reveal that tonight marked the end of an era, and it's now been widely reported that Rayne is retired from in-ring competition. Rayne is mostly known for her work in TNA, where she won the Knockouts title on multiple occasions. We're wishing her all the best in the future. Next up, a WWE champion gets married. Huge congrats are in order for two WWE stars. On New Year's Eve, Maxine Dupree and Cam Hendricks, aka Anthony Luke, tied the knot in a ceremony in Florida. And numerous WWE names were in attendance, including Nia Jax, Chelsea Green, Jackie Redmond, Kathy Kelly, and Tiffany Stratton. For Dupree, this closed out the biggest year of her career. She walked into 2026 as reigning Women's Intercontinental Champion, and now she's a married woman. What's also cool is that on the wedding cake topper, she even had a mini version of the Intercontinental Championship. A great little touch. Next up, big plans for Stephanie Vaquer. Now it looks like WWE have big plans for Stephanie Vaquer's world title reign. According to a new report from Body Slam Plus via Patreon, Vaquer vs Liv Morgan has been discussed, however it's currently not on the horizon. Stephanie Vaquer vs Liv Morgan has been discussed for some time down the road, which is why they teased it. However, it's not considered an imminent build-up, but one that they will build towards. This could potentially suggest that WWE isn't planning on having Morgan win the Royal Rumble later this month. The report also adds that WWE sees money in Vaquer vs Becky Lynch and Vaquer vs Rhea Ripley. WWE also sees tremendous value in having Vaquer face off with Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley as well when the time is right. Now we can never rule out Lynch or Ripley for the Rumble win, and WWE is ultimately likely to book the match that generates the most money. The Women's Rumble this year is perhaps the most unpredictable Rumble in recent memory. It was at one stage heavily rumored that Morgan would return on the show and win the match, but of course, WWE brought her return forward, so that clearly isn't on the horizon. Next up, John Cena thanks the fans. John Cena posted an incredibly wholesome New Year's message yesterday via X, and Cena would thank the fans and his colleagues for making 2025 so special. Life goes on and we all move onward. As 2026 is here, I'll fondly remember so many moments from 2025. Thanks to all fans, co-workers, critics, and anyone around the world who used their voice to make 2025 a year that I'll never forget. Cena would end the message with Omnia Dedi pro omnibus gratias ago, which is a Latin phrase for I've given everything, for everything I give thanks. Cena is said to take some time away from the limelight before he returns to his acting commitments in a few months. It's also heavily rumored that the WWE GOAT will be inducted into the Hall of Fame this coming April. Next up, a WWE superfan quits. A well-known WWE fan, Brock Lesnar guy, has officially called it quits. The long-standing WWE fan would take to X to state that he will no longer be attending wrestling shows moving forward. At the end, for over 25 years, I've experienced some amazing moments attending wrestling shows, but now it's time to move on. And now I was running out of time with this, which is why I hit it hard this year. What an incredible year it was, especially with John Cena's retirement tour. I need to focus on other things now, which I will be sharing with you guys very soon, but as far as attending wrestling shows, it's time for me to move on. I will still be posting content, stay tuned. The end or to be continued. This goodbye message actually received substantial attraction, as even John Cena posted a photo of the fan on his personal Instagram page. MJF would even comment, "Wrestlers, we need to start hitting fans again." This fan rose to prominence back in 2012 as he was seen marking out during Brock Lesnar's return to WWE on the Raw after Mania 28. The fan became known for always wearing the same shirt to WWE shows, as he could often be seen in the front row. Now, you may not give a damn about this guy, but we're surely going to give a damn when Green Shirt Guy doesn't turn up to these events anymore. That would truly be an end of an era. And finally, the WWE TNA deal renewed. Now, final story looks at the future of the WWE TNA partnership, as a new report indicated that the working relationship is far from over. WWE and TNA have had a thriving working relationship for some time now, and it has seen talent switch between the two companies, and even names such as Dolph Ziggler showing up live on Raw. Now, according to a new report from Body Slam Plus, the deal is set to continue until at least 2028. Sources indicate to Body Slam that the partnership will indeed continue and is expected to continue until at least 2028. Both WWE and TNA are happy with how business is going and the endless opportunities for talent to learn and grow outside of their own promotion. Now, this is fantastic news for both companies, and we can surely expect 1 or 2 TNA names in the Rumble match later this month. But there you have it, folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.